of the biggest things you've got to have and focus on is the analytical side. How many of you are really good at managing your CRM system, updating all your records and your data? Yes? Do you force yourself to do that, or is it because you're dominant?
I need to have everything in place.
You force yourself? Is it critical? Can you operate without those numbers?
No.
Garbage in, garbage out. If you do not become incredibly genius, incredibly efficient and effective at looking at real data, your opinions don't matter. I don't mean to be mean, but it is that way. It doesn't matter. I hear too many people raise their hand and say, Facebook's for kids, people don't do business on Facebook. Facebook is my #1 source of new business, closed business, revenue.
Actually, it's the only way I can get in touch with you.
And it's the only way you can reach me. So, #1 source of new revenue. What are the things that I do on Facebook? What do you see on my Facebook?
I see all your personal fun stuff. I see all your business stuff and everything in between.
Absolutely. Is it me? Does it look like an advertisement?
No.
Not at all. Does it look like my personality?
Yep.
Absolutely. Who do people like to do business with?
People they can relate to.
People they can relate to, people they know, like, and trust. So in a Facebook environment where it's full of pictures, it's partial personality, it's personal, it's also professional, it's educational, you can balance how you leverage content on there to create the same environment that you can generate more business than any other relationship on. On LinkedIn, is it personal?
Yeah,
Not so much. So if I was to say for LinkedIn, does it operate more like an advertisement or more like a personal relationship? More like an advertisement. Do I need to remind everybody what advertising does? You guys said it. I'm repeating it. You said how you respond, yes.
What about Pin It? Is that why that's developing so much more growth in the last year? Do I understand, like since July, it's like tripled?
So think about this. We have logic. What is in the center, do you think? How do we think?
Emotional, so your heart, you know.
Heart and spirit.
Right, so it's mind, heart, and spirit.
What do you think drives subconscious decisions? What do you retain more?
Heart.
Here. Does it see pictures or does it see data? Does it hear words? Works in pictures.
That's what I think Pin It's doing anymore.
It does, it works in pictures. So in a Facebook environment, guy was able to say, I saw your son on the seaplane last night. He remembers that. You probably don't remember the post I wrote about us finishing our CRM project.
I think I do.
I did, I wrote that. I'm like,
Okay.
that's a lot of data.
Yeah, 15 hours. I deserve to write that post. All right. So, we think in pictures. We remember in pictures. Google is deaf and blind. So when you think about what you have to do to satisfy both worlds, you have one world that only it reads by Braille. No text, no see. You have another world that operates with pictures, images. What do we do in marketing? Do we combine both of these? We have to remember every action that we have has a different audience. So we need to be very, very clear and focused on what we do. If I was to create a list of different types of marketing, that list that we went through earlier, and you were able to divide up your time and you were able to concentrate on this and this and this and this and this and this, what is your results going to do? What does that do to your results? If you're to divide up your time over 15 different ways to generate business, dilute your efforts. You have X amount of bandwidth. When you take bandwidth, which is what you are, and you divide up human capital into these different pieces of bandwidth, and you start splitting and slicing and dicing and dicing and dicing, the effectiveness, those trees you're trying to water are going to die. They're going to die unless, write this down, right, clarity? Unless you have clarity. Do I need data in order to have clarity? You have to have data in order to have clarity. The best thing I can tell you, you can go out and read tons of information from tons of salespeople on what works in a marketing environment. The only thing I can tell you, my background is supply chain management. I was an executive for Nordstrom, Fossil, Tommy Bahama, and I have a very, very logical brain. I was trained that way to look at data, look at information, analyze by the numbers, understand where I spend my time. Is it going to generate cash or is it not? So I don't have a marketing background. I own a marketing agency, but I don't have the background, so I don't require retraining. I have to learn how people buy. Who do I want to find that out from? Should I go to school and learn from a marketing professor? Should I go ask people who run marketing and ad agencies? Who do I need to ask?
Buyers.
Buyers. It's the only thing I've ever done. I don't give a rat's rear end about competitors. Don't care. In any which way, shape, or form. I don't see them, they're not there, I don't care. I care about you. I care about what you think. I care about how you buy. I care about getting real information from real people. You know, there is a challenge still. People lie.
All the time.
All the time.
Especially when they're
They
shopping.
lie, they lie, they lie. So now, I have to figure out how to get out of here. This is where lies take place. And I have to get into here. Which means, if you can't personally operate out of your own subconscious, do you think you can find out where someone else's is?